مختارون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم يرى الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال ما يحييها العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشاها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صدق الله العلي العظيم.
صلوات بر محمد و آل محمد. مضطرب حال ہے پھر روح جناب زہرا شب عاشور ہے شب عاشور ہے کل محمد کے بھرے گھر کا صفایا ہوگا شب عاشور ہے شب عاشور ہے رو کے فرماتی تھی زینب میں کروں کیا یا رب نہیں کھلتا ہے سبب رو کے فرماتی تھی زینب میں کروں کیا یا رب نہیں کھلتا ہے سبب صبح سے کیوں ہے پریشان میرا اماں جایا شب عاشور ہے سر بانوں سے جو گرتی تھی ردا رہ رہ کر کہہ رہی ہے مضطر کہہ رہی ہے مضطر سر بانوں سے جو سر بانوں سے جو گرتی تھی ردا رہ رہ کر کہہ رہی ہے مضطر کہہ رہی ہے مضطر نہیں معلوم مجھے ہوتا ہے کل کیا ہوگا شب عاشور ہے آج شب عاشور ہے آج کل علمدار حسینی کا علم قم ہوگا نہر پر واویلا نہر پر واویلا کل علمدار حسینی کا علم قم ہوگا نہر پر واویلا نہر پر واویلا کل علمدار حسینی کا علم قم ہوگا نہر پر واویلا نہر پر واویلا رن میں جائیں گے رن میں جائیں گے یہ لاش اٹھانے مولا شب عاشور ہے آج شب عاشور ہے آج رن میں مرنے کے لیے جائیں گے بنے شبر ہوگا صحرا سر پر ہوگا صحرا سر پر رن میں مرنے کے لیے جائیں گے بنے شبر صحرا ہوگا سر پر ہوگا صحرا سر پر اور کل ہو جائے گی بیوہ کبرا اور ہو جائے گی کل صبح ہمیں بیوہ کبرا شب عاشور ہے آج شب عاشور ہے آج حلق پہ شاہ کے جب شمر رکھے گا خنجر ہائے اس کو سن کر حلق پر شاہ کے جب شمر رکھے گا خنجر ہائے اس کو سن کر رن میں آ جائے گی کل بنت جناب زہرا شب عاشور ہے آج شب عاشور ہے آج مضطرب حال ہے پھر روح جناب زہرا شب عاشور ہے آج شب عاشور ہے آج کل محمد کے بھرے گھر کا صفایا ہوگا شب عاشور ہے آج شب عاشور ہے آج
انہیں باواز بلند صلوات
اللہم صلی علی محمد
کس کی زبان سے پیاس نے پائی ہے آبرو کس تشنا لب کے حصے میں آئی ہے آبرو ایمان کس کی خاک پر لائی ہے آبرو آنسو ہے کس کے غم میں بائی ہے آبرو آنسو ہے کس کے غم میں بائی ہے آبرو کس پیاسے کے خلق میں یہ شور و شین ہے پوچھا جو نہ پیاس پکاری حسین ہے پوچھا جو نام پیاس پکاری حسین ہے نرغا ہوا حسین پر جب فوج شام کا تیروں سے جسم چھن گیا شاہ انام کا چلایا نام لے کے لئی خاص و عام کا اے مرحبا یہ حملہ کیا تو نے کام کا اے مرحبا یہ حملہ کیا تو نے کام کا ہاں میرے رستم و ناماد و حسین کو نوکوں کی برچیوں کے اٹھا لو حسین کو نوکوں پہ برچیوں کی اٹھا لو حسین کو طاقت ہوئی جو توخ شہیدی پناہ کے حسرت سے سوئے گنجے شہیدان نگاہ کی راکب کو ذوالجنان نے دیکھا اور آہ کی رو کر حسین بولے جو مرضی الہ کی رو کر حسین بولے جو مرضی الہ کی درد و علم کی کس سے طلب داد کیجئے بولا وہ بے زبان کچھ ارشاد کیجئے بولا وہ بے زبان کچھ ارشاد کیجئے شفقت سے ہاتھ گھوڑے کی گردن میں ڈال کر بولے ہمیں کچھ آنکھوں سے آتا نہیں نظر گھوڑے تو چل کے گنجے شہیداں میں غور کر آرام کرتے ہیں علی اکبر میرے کدھر آرام کرتے ہیں علی اکبر میرے کدھر اے عزب با وفا میرے دل کو قرار دے عاشق کو چل کے ان کے برابر اتار دے گھوڑا قدم قدم سوے مقتل ہوا رواں یعنی نشے کے جسم کو صدمہ تھکان ایک نوجوان کی لاش پر ٹھہرا وہ ناگہاں بوسوں کر حسین پکارے بوسوں کر حسین پکارے بیٹھا جو ذوالجنا کے آپ اترے زمین سے دو ہاتھ کانپتے ہوئے نکلے زمین سے دو ہاتھ کانپتے ہوئے نکلے زمین سے ہاتھوں کے ساتھ آئی یہ آواز ناگہاں ہے یہ گہرے زخم یہ گرمی یہ الامان آ کر سنبھالتے نہیں عباس ہے کہاں آؤ ہماری گود میں آؤ نثار آؤ ہماری گود میں آؤ نثار مر کر بھی ہم جدا نہیں پیارے کے ساتھ ہے واری تیرے پالنے والی کے ساتھ ہے والی تیرے پالنے والی کے ہاتھ ان ہاتھوں کا ملا جو سہارا حسین کو گھوڑے نے بے تھکان اتارا حسین کو نیزہ سنان نے دوڑ کے مارا حسین کو پھر تو رانا ضبط کا یارا حسین کو پھر تو رانا ضبط کا یارا حسین کو جلتی زمین پہ غش کہیں ساعت پڑے رہے جلاد گرد تیغوں کو کھینچے کھڑے رہے جلاد گرد تیغوں کو کھینچے کھڑے رہے لو مومنو لرزتا ہے اب دشت کربلا لوگ غش ہوا بطول کی آغوش کا پلا لو شمر ذبح کرنے کو مظلوم کے چلا لو اب چھری ہے اور نبی زاد کا گلا لو اب چھری ہے اور نبی زاد کا گلا بیٹے موئے نہ نکلی مگر اب نکل پڑی منہ ڈھانپو اے حسینیو زینب نکل پڑی منہ ڈھانپو اے حسینیو زینب نکل پڑی
صلوات آہائے کس بے کس و مظلوم کا یہ ماتم ہے فاطمہ آئی ہے رونے کو یہ کس کا غم ہے ننگے سر ساتھ ہے حورے بھی عجب عالم ہے
رونے والوں سے یہ ارشاد بھی تو پیغام ہے
رونے والوں سے یہ
ارشاد بھی تو پیغام ہے
رونے والوں تمہیں رونے کا صلہ دینے کو
فاطمہ آئی ہے تم سب کو دعا دینے کو
فاطمہ
آئی ہے تم سب کو دعا دینے کو
اے عزادارو تمہیں خالق اکبر کی قسم کون مظلوم ہے وہ تم کو پیمبر کی قسم نام لو اس کا زبان سے تمہیں حیدر کی قسم
بے زباں ہستیوں والے علی اصغر کی قسم
بے زباں
ہستیوں والے علی اصغر کی قسم
رو کے کہہ دو کہ کوئی بے کس و مغموم نہیں
جز حسین ابن علی اور کوئی مظلوم نہیں
جز حسین
ابن علی اور کوئی مظلوم نہیں
یہی مظلوم مدینے کا ہے رہنے والا ایک سیدانی نے فاخوں میں جسے تھا پالا میرے برجے امامت کا یہی ہے حالہ
ایک بے کس پہ ستم ہے یہ فلک نے ڈالا
ایک بے کس پہ
ستم ہے یہ فلک نے ڈالا
صبح سے عصر تلک گھر کو لٹایا اس نے
مر گئے سب تو گلا اپنا کٹایا اس نے
مر گئے
سب تو گلا اپنا کٹایا اس نے
شب حف تم سے ہوا بند اسی پر پانی اسی مظلوم کے قسمت میں تھی حیرانی ذبح جب ہوتا تھا رن میں جو علی کا جانی پیٹتے پھیٹتے تھے مقتل میں کوئی سیدانی پیٹتے پھیٹتے تھی مقتل میں کوئی سیدانی کون سیدانی وہی فاطمہ کی جائی تھی
بھائی کے پیار میں سر ننگے نکل آئی تھی
بھائی کے
پیار میں سر ننگے نکل آئی تھی
پیمبر کے مدینے کا مسافر ہے یہی اپنے نانا کی لحد کا بھی مجاور ہے یہی جس کو پانی نہ ملتا دم آخر ہے یہی جس پہ صدقے ہوئے ایوب صابر ہے یہی جس پہ صدقے ہوئے ایوب صابر ہے یہی بے کس و بے وطن و تشنا دہن کہتے ہیں
اسی مظلوم کو محتاج کفن کہتے ہیں
اسے مظلوم
کو محتاج کفن کہتے ہیں
یا حسین آپ کی مظلوم یہ غربت کے نثار سر کو کٹوا دیا کشان سے ہمت کے نثار تہ خنجر بھی کیا سج دے عبادت کے نثار سن سر دیکھا نام
شیر کو غیرت کے نثار
ننگے سر
دیکھا نام شیر کو غیرت کے نثار
ہوں فدا پہ معش کو سے دھونے والے
یا حسین آپ پہ صدقے ہوئے رونے والے
یا حسین
آپ پہ صدقے ہوئے رونے والے
دیکھیے اس بے قصو مظلوم کی شان غربات چھوٹے بیٹے کی لہت کھو دی ہے افر ہمت کانپتے ہاتھوں سے آقا نے بنائی تربات
کیا کہے کس سے کہے قلب کی اپنی حالت
کیا کہے
کس سے کہے قلب کی اپنی حالت
چاند کو اپنے تہ خاک چھپایا ہے ابھی
ہنسلیوں والے کو تربت میں سلایا ہے ابھی
ہنسلیوں
والے کو تربت میں سلایا ہے ابھی
کس قدر بے قصو مجبور تھا یہ شاہ غریب نہ کفن چھوٹے سے سید کو ہوا اس کے نصیب سر کو کٹوائے ہوئے سوتے ہیں سب اس کے حبیب پیاسے تین
شب و روز سے حالت ہے عجیب
پیاسے تین
شب و روز سے حالت ہے عجیب
یا علی کہہ کے سنبھالا ہے دل مزتر کو
ہو بڑے کرتے میں دفنائے علی اصغر کو
ہو بڑے کرتے
میں دفنائے علی اصغر کو
رو کے دیتے ہیں صدائے میں انور بولو اے میرے چھوٹے شہیداں میرے دلبر بولو باپ کو چھوڑ کے تنہا گئے کیوں کر بولو
درد کیسا ہے گلے میں علی اصغر بولو
درد کیسا ہے
گلے میں علی اصغر بولو
گود میں بیٹھ کے سب حال سنانا بیٹا
تیر کا زخم بھی دادی کو دکھانا بیٹا
تیر کا زخم بھی
دادی کو دکھانا
تیر کا زخم بھی دادی کو دکھانا بیٹا
محمد وآل محمد واز بلند صلوات. Mu'mineen, inshallah, the series of lectures at this center, Al-Noor Center, will continue till the 12th of Muharram. The program starts soon after Namaz Maghribain at 7:30. You're all requested to please be on time to attend the Majlis until 12th of Muharram, inshallah. Before I proceed further with my further announcements, may I request all of you to please move a little forward as always. You know, being the Shab-e Ashur, you can expect a big crowd following you. So please move forward as much as possible so that the people who are coming from behind may not face inconvenience. And you also do not have to face inconvenience again and again. As much as possible, please. So tonight's program, as you all know, after this Majlis, we'll all head to, inshallah, Dar-e Jafriya. There's a Shab-e Dari program, and then, of course, our annual Majlis at On Bhai's place, and followed by that, we will all go to East London at Safdar Bhai's place. جیسے جانتے ہیں آپ صدر بھائی کے گھر پہ علم مبارک کو آج ہم وہاں پر اٹھاتے ہیں، علم مبارک ٹھنڈے کر دیا جاتے ہیں، تو صبح وہ انشاءاللہ صبح تک ہم لوگ وہاں پر رہیں گے ایسٹ لندن میں صدر بھائی کے پاس. صبح میں پھر آپ واپس اذان علی اکبر کے لیے دار جعفریہ واپس آ سکتے ہیں، وہاں پر پھر اعمال بھی ہوں گے، اور اس کے بعد عصر عاشور کی مجلس اور جلوس، اور اس کے بعد یہاں پر انشاءاللہ النور کے پروگرامز میں 3 بجے یہاں پر مجلس شہادت امام حسین علیہ السلام منعقد کی جائے گی، جس میں یہاں پر علم مبارک ٹھنڈے کیے جائیں گے. اس کے بعد فاقہ شکنی، اور پھر شام میں نماز مغربین، اور اس کے بعد یہاں پر 7 بجے نماز مغربین کے بعد مجلس شام غریبہ کا اہتمام کیا گیا ہے. اس تمام سلسلے کو آپ یقیناً اپنے ذہن میں محفوظ کر لیجیے گا، اور وقت کی پابندی کے ساتھ ان تمام پروگرام میں شرکت کیجیے گا. Also for my younger brothers, if you're interested, tomorrow inshallah we'll be distributing the leaflets of what's the objective of this Azadari, how's Imam Hussain so important for us and for the humanity. There are flyers which will be distributed along with the bottle of water and any other tabrukat. If you want to contribute, you can contact either myself or Irshad Bhai or Hamare Sikandar Bhai. So we'll be all here in the morning until 3 o'clock Majlis. We'll be distributing on the downstairs on the street. We'll be distributing to the local community. جو بھی لوگ یہاں پہ آتے جاتے ہیں ان کو ہم چاہتے ہیں کہ ان کو بھی پتہ چل جائے کہ یہ کیا مقصد ہے ہماری عزاداری حسین کا. اس لیے انگلش میں پورا ایک فلائر ہوگا اور ساتھ میں پانی اور کچھ تبرکات ان کو ہم ڈسٹریبیوٹ کریں گے. تو اس میں آپ لوگ بھی آ جائیے تاکہ اس میں حصہ لے سکیں. یہ بھی ایک بہت بڑا ہمارا فریضہ ہے. اس سے اچھی تبلیغ اور کیا کر سکتے ہیں ہم لوگ. یقیناً یہاں پر تو ہم شہزادی کو پرساد دینے آ رہے ہیں, لیکن تاکہ قوم میں بھی ایک اویئرنیس ہو کہ یہ کیا پروجیکٹ ہے ہمارا, ہم کیا کر رہے ہیں, یہ ہم انشاءاللہ ان کو بھی ہمارے آس پاس کے ہمسایہ پڑوسیوں کو بھی ہم یہ بتانا چاہیں گے. ایک مرتبہ بآواز بلند صلوات. Before I invite the speaker for tonight, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the sponsors who have been so generous in contributing towards conducting this Azadari here. All the Majlis have been sponsored by various sponsors. So my big thanks to all of them, and all the donors also who have contributed in this great cause. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala add to your tawfiq, inshallah. A loud salawat for all of you, inshallah. Allahumma salli. اور ایک سورہ فاتحہ کی گزارش ہے آپ کے لیے آج کے اسپانسر کے مرحومین کے لیے. مرحوم ابراہیم علی خان, مرحوم مرزا اصغر علی بیگ اور مرحوم علی رضا صاحب, ان کے لیے ایک مرتبہ سورۃ المبارک الفاتحہ. بسم اللہ. Once again, I'm already getting signals from the control room to please, I request you to all to move more as much as possible. You can please move forward, please. Especially my young lads, come in front as close as possible to the member. And now I'd like to request Sayyid Abbas for Shuri to please come to the member for tonight's lecture. Par Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa azibulan salawat.
صلوا علی محمد و آل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
فاتحہ. اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. الحمد للہ رب العالمین وصلی اللہ علی سیدنا مولانا حبیب الہ العالمین ابو القاسم المصطفیٰ محمد. وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين ولعنة الله على القوم الظالمين من الأولين والآخرين. أما بعد, السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. يا أبا عبد الله يا رحمة الله الواسعة ويا باب نجاة الأمة ويا عبرة لكل مؤمن ومؤمنات. غريب مظلوم كربلاء, فيا ليتني يا ليتني كنا معكم سادتي فنفوز فوزا عظيما. قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه الكريم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات. Azadar Hussain, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before we begin our lecture, for those brothers who were hurt last night from that act of terror against them outside Balaghiya in Cricklewood, those brothers who are recovering from their illness, just for having the love for Abu Abdullah in their hearts, for them, please recite the salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Regarding our lecture series, we come now to what could be considered the final lecture of the main discussion. But many of you have been coming every night. For those who are new, I'll get you to where we are. We've been discussing the last few nights especially the idea that Abu Abdullah has a plan for the entire globe with regards to unity. He is powerful enough, his azar is powerful enough, to unify all people. If there is one thing which can bring people together, maybe it is the azar of Hussain Shaheed bi Karbala, maybe. And the last few nights we discussed some of the obstacles that the globe could have to the idea of unity under Hussain. One idea that maybe could be an obstacle is diversity. Remember, we discussed, as you remember, that there's so many different people, different communities, different backgrounds, different languages. Can they really come together under Abu Abdullah al-Hussain? And inshallah, hopefully we made some progress in answering yes, they can. And in yesterday's discussion we said that the second, maybe more important problem we have is disagreement. The world is split into different ideologies, and ways of thinking and schools of thought, and each of them has their own answer to the solutions of life. So how can we claim that one Abu Abdullah, one Hussain, one flag of Hussain can be raised above every ideology? And we discussed that in our history of Shi'ism, we have faced great problems, great disunity. We mentioned that one pivotal moment yesterday at the death of the 11th Imam, when the Shi'ism had never seen a disagreement like at that moment. The battle of Imamat, what is the nature of the Imam? Between those saying the Imam has no role beyond ijtihad and those saying the Imam is Allah. Like, this was the nature of the debate. And from there we found unity, when the ulama were able to empower the Shias. Be proud of your Imam. Don't think they are more than they are. Don't think they are less than they are. Yeah, they are the Imam. And many of our great beliefs come from that period of mayhem. Our understanding of khums, for example, which was established by the Holy Prophet, was developed properly later by the Imams in the time of this disunity, this disagreement. We mentioned, for example, Adhan, again, which had been recited before, the name of Imam Ali alayhi salam in Adhan. At one point it was haram, one point it was wajib, right now, it's mustahab. We got that from that period. So much of our aqeedah comes from that disagreement and how our ulama were able to solve that problem. Inshallah, you guys remember this, yeah? So we said for today, we want to really look at this idea of global unity, like the end goal. And we mentioned last night that everything, unity for the individual, unity in society, unity of the globe, unity for Allah, all of this is working towards the zuhur of Imam al-Qaim al-Sahib al-Asr. If there is some unity we are seeking, it is unity for the sake of the Imam under the banner of our Imam. Yeah? And mourning for Abu Abdullah is intrinsically linked to preparing for Imam al-Qaim. This is one battle, one journey, one message. So in today's lecture we want to look at this idea, the culmination of all of our discussions, the unity of the world under the banner of Imam through the blessing of the azar of Sayyid al-Shuhada. So in today's lecture we will go through these steps. First we will see how is it that the globe being unified, the unified ummah, is inevitable. Then we will see how is it that the Shias of the Imam will also, their unity is also inevitable. And then we will see how is it that the entire world and every culture, their unity is also inevitable. We will inshallah conclude that unity and our quest for unity is an important sign of the zuhur of the Imam. And by concluding we'll argue that there are many ways in Ziyarat Ashura, which we're discussing every night, how we take different things from the message of Abu Abdullah and put them towards preparing for Imam al-Qaim, inshallah. So that's our discussion today. If you are with me, and bil khas, this being 9th of Muharram, to give pursa to our Imam himself, Sallallahu Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Inshallah, you're with me? Khair. Beginning. The unity of the entire globe, the whole world, this is inevitable.
It's going to happen at some point. It's not a theory. We're not here discussing an unattainable object. This is going to happen. It's real and it's been prophesied. In Quran, we have this verse of Quran. وَلَقَدْ كَتَبْنَا فِي الزَّبُورِ مِن بَعْدِ الذِّكْرِ. It's been mentioned in the Zabur after it was already mentioned before the Zabur. Yeah, it's something has been mentioned. There is some reality which existed in the books before Zabur and after. What's that reality? Inna al-ardh, certainly the earth or the ardh, yarithuha ibadhu salihun. The earth will be inherited by ibad salihun, by the righteous worshippers of Allah. Read the salawat, please. So there will be a time where the earth will be unified. Now, this word ardh has caused some disagreement amongst ulama. Like, when is this time going to be? We live in a time of real disunity. So when is the time when the ardh is going to be unified for the sake of Allah? When? Some ulama say, when we say ardh in this context, we mean ardh as in akhirah. Because as many of you know, we've discussed this. We touched on this earlier, but it's not our series. This world is linked to akhirah. And the conventions of akhirah are hidden in the reality of the conventions of this world. I don't want to say something like that and just not explain it, but the point I mean is, this world is linked to akhirah. In fact, in order for akhirah to exist, this world must cease to exist and then akhirah takes its place, yeah? So these worlds are really closely linked. So maybe that unity comes in akhirah. Once we're all, we've passed away and we go in akhirah. But again, other ulama say no. This unity, ibad as-salihun, the righteous worshippers, they will inherit the world, the earth as it is now, in a phase in the future. Now, those of you who've been coming, you've heard me mention a number of Quranic ayats relating to Allah establishing one deen, yeah, ad-deen, or al-kitab, or Allah asked everyone, Alastu bi rabbikum, who's your Lord? We all answered, you are our Lord. It seems there was already a time of global unity, and there will be a time of global unity. We are somewhere in the middle. Yeah? There was a time when everyone on this earth gave go out to Allah's tawheed. And there will be a time in the future when everyone will give testimony to Allah's unity. But we are somewhere in the middle. Yeah? We are between those. We're in the time when people forgot Allah to be reminded of Allah. So we're in that phase. Allama Tabatabai, who we've mentioned throughout this series, Al-Mizan, famous tafsir, says that the purpose of the human being is perfection, kamal. That's your purpose. Every day to somehow improve myself from what I was yesterday, yeah? Yeah, we mentioned one narration where it was actually a story of Ziyad Ashura, we mentioned, where we said, Allahumma mahya Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, wa mamati mamata Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allah give me the life of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad, and the death of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, yeah? You remember we mentioned this. Now, we're not going to achieve this. None of us are actually going to live the life of Ahlul Bayt, not really. And no matter how glorious a death we have, we're not going to have a death like Abu Abdullah al-Hussain. But we mentioned that if you were to run a race amongst people who you're faster than, you will win every time. We mentioned this. But if you run a race against those who are faster than you, you will lose every time. But your time will be quicker. Because you're running with those who are faster and you move with them quicker and closer. That's what that line is about. Meaning what? Every day I want to improve on myself, be better. Kamal, perfection. Allama says, in the same way the individual is chasing perfection, society is chasing perfection. And in the same way, one day you will have raja, you will return to Allah. Even the human society will return to Allah in this verse, yeah? All together, ibadhu salihun, one earth filled with the righteous servants of Allah. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Now, a good question here is, as I said before, we live in a time of real division. So we don't know what this unity looks like. Global unity. We haven't seen it in our lives. We weren't there when it existed. So what does this unity look like? Like, what are its actual qualities where the whole world is unified under the banner of Allah Azza wa Jal? Quran explains. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, all those who have believed. Yes, this is to all the people who have believed. Man yartaddu minkum an deen. Amongst you there are some people who will be murtad. They turn away from the religion. Okay? So all you have believed, you've already believed. Amongst you there are some who will turn away. So what will happen with regards to that turning away? Ya'tillahu biqawmin yuhibbuhum wa yuhibbuna. Allah will replace them with a qawm whom He has hub for and they have hub for Him. So He has love for them, they have love for Him. And they will take the place of those who turned away. Okay, So the earth is filled with one community. They have love for Allah, Allah has love for them. Now what does that community look like? Like what are their qualities? So we know what we're working towards. We know the end goal, yeah? Adillati alal mu'mineen. They are humble to the believers. Wa izzati alal kafirin. And they have izzah, honor, power against the disbelievers. Yujahidu fi sabilillah. They struggle for the way of Allah. وَلَا يُخَافُونَ لَوْمَةِ اللَّائِمِ. They have no fear when people criticize them. As in people who are incorrectly criticizing them. ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُعْتِيهِ مَن يَشَاءُ. This is the blessing of Allah which He gives to whomsoever He wishes. وَاللَّهُ وَاسِعٌ عَلِيمٌ. Allah is the all-encompassing. We're talking about unity, yeah? Allah encompasses all. So all people who are of these qualities, Allah is over all of them. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So at some point in the world, the ideology of Islam will have some power. Okay, this could mean one of two things. Either it means all the other ideologies in the world, like what? You know, materialism, maybe political ideologies, capitalism, communism, utilitarianism, all these ways of thinking. Either they will cease, murtad, they leave Islam and only Islam is there, or our understanding of this deen, our understanding of unity means the religion of Islam is large enough to cater for different types of understanding. Still, a time will come. Now, Ayatollah Mutahari, Shaykh Mutahari, who we've been discussing for the last few nights, has a really beautiful point about society. He argues that all societies, all communities are cyclical in nature. They rise and they fall. Remember we discussed this about the Ummah, yeah? Those of you who were here. Every society, it has an ajal, beginning, end. They have a beginning and an end, they rise and they fall. But every society has one determined end, one fixed end. And that end is unity with Allah. But he argues that unity with Allah can only be achieved with unity with each other. And he says that unity with each other can only be achieved with the zuhur of Imam al-Qaim wal-Asr. Okay, but we are going to struggle to get there. Like, humanity is going to stumble. We're going to make mistakes. It's not easy. It takes some time and some clear errors we'll make on the way to global unity. Quran mentions one of those errors. ظهر الفساد. There will be fasad, corruption. في البحر, yeah. ظهر الفساد في البحر ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس. There will be corruption on the earth and the seas by what the people's hands have wrought, what the hands have done. So there'll be real problems, corruption, fasad. أيدي الناس ليذيفهم. No, so read the salawat please. Mix the verses. So what your hands have done, there will be corruption on this earth. لِيُذِيقُهُمْ بَعْضُ الَّذِي عَمِلُوا. Because of what you have tasted the consequence of your action. So far this verse is quite damning. There's going to be corruption on this earth and on the seas, and your hands have going to taste the consequence of what you've done. But there's hope. There's hope at the end of the verse, yeah? لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. Maybe some people will return. So after all the corruption, all the bloodshed, you know, all the disunity, some people might return back to Allah. Now, this verse corresponds to the zuhur of our Imam. Why? When we read Dua Ahad, the verse of Bay'at, every morning we're supposed to say this dua, that I give my allegiance to you, Ya Imam. We mentioned this verse in that dua. That's Ya Imam. People think you are far away, but I think you are close. Other people do corruption, but I will at least make this world a little bit better for your sake and your zuhur. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So this is the first point. It's inevitable. At some point there will be global unity. But it takes the Imam's blessing for that unity to occur. Imam al-Zamana. Which is why it's important to remember, as long as I do dua for the Imam, I'm also doing dua for unity with the followers of the Imam. There must be unity for the Imam. These things are not separate. When we send salam on the Imam in Dua Ahad, you know, salam from me to the Imam, we mention the most unique salam between two individuals. But it's not salam between two individuals only. Inshallah we'll see. Allahumma balligh Mawlana Imam al-Hadi al-Qa'im bal-Mahdi. Al-Qa'im bi-Amrik. Salam upon you, Ya Imam. Yeah, the awaited Imam, I'm sending salam to you. So this is the salam all of us say to the Imam. Okay, but what kind of salam? Okay, upon the Imam. Salawatullahi alayhi wa ala abahi tahirin. Salawat on you and your family. We've had many salams like this to Ahlul Bayt. Here's where it becomes different. Me and Imam, no one's around me, but the salam includes this line. An jami'il mu'mineen wal mu'minat. On behalf of every believing man and woman, take my salam. Fi mashariq al-ardi wa magharibiha. Salam on behalf of any believer in the east or the west. Yeah? We've not mentioned our salam from me yet. We've mentioned salam to Imam from all the men and the women of the east and the west. All the believers. Sahliha wa jabliha wa barriha wa bahriha. All the believers, be they on the earth, the land, be they on the seas, be they on the rivers or the mountains, wherever they are. And then we say, wa anni. And then my salam. So before I even say salam to the Imam, I mention every single believer, their salam, then you take my salam. Wa anni. Wa an walidayya. Wa anzinat arshillah. And take the salam for the weight of the arsh of Allah. So, I can't reach the Imam. I can't even say salam to the Imam without thinking of my fellow believers. So, unity for the Imam is inevitable. For as long as one person desires meeting the Imam, they desire meeting the Imam with a group of Shias, inshallah. We pray we are the Shia, sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Salli ala. More than this, you can't even know your Imam, have ma'rifah of your Imam without each other. Like, I can't even think of my Imam without thinking of the believers working for the Imam. What do we say? Man mata, whoever dies the death, man mata, wala yu'far, without the knowledge of Imam Zamana, mata mitu jahiliya. Whoever dies without ilm of the Imam, they die a death of ignorance, jahiliya. Okay. Some people look at this verse and say, I need to have knowledge of my Imam in this world. What is this ma'rifah? Maybe it's biographical, like I should know when the Imam was born, you know, what age his ghaiba was, ghaiba al-sughra we discussed yesterday, I should have biographic knowledge. Knowledge of his sayings, for example, like I should know what the Imam has said on this earth, his sermons, his letters, his speeches. You know, the greatest books of the Imam have been written 1,000 years ago, so they've always been there, yeah? All of the books. So maybe that's what it means. But Shaykh Shumali says, no, it's not that. You are not required to just die the death where I have biographical knowledge, no. You should have ilm of exactly what your Imam is doing on this earth now, who is working for him, who is working with him, and how can I join those people already employed by the Imam. Like, that's what ma'rifah means. It's not just I have a list of, you know, the lineage and the family tree, and I can recite to the people, this is my Imam, this is his father, this is his father. No, you can still die a death of a jahil if you have this knowledge. Ma'rifah here means the ma'rifah of the one who knows what the Imam expects of him on this earth. Now, some person might say, okay, surely, pause, surely everything I'm doing is already for the Imam. Like this majlis is for the Imam, of course, like directly and indirectly, this majlis is for Imam Zamana. Like when I take my child to learn Qur'an, that's for Imam. Like I want to be ready for the Imam. You know, when I give knowledge to myself, read Qur'an, go to majlis, all this is already for Imam. So what exactly are we asking for? Well, do you understand the issue? Yeah, because how many generations of Shias have come and gone? So many generations. And can we honestly say that every single member of that generation has this intimate relation with the Imam, that they know what the Imam wants for them specifically? Like, that's a big responsibility. In Dua Ahad, we have a number of du'as that, Ya Allah, let me have this with my Imam. One thing we say is, وَالْمُمْتَحْثَلِينَ لِأَوَامِرِهِ. Yeah? Ya Allah, let it be that I follow the orders of the Imam. Maybe we're already doing that. But then we say, وَالسَّابِقِينَ إِلَىٰ إِرَادَتِهِ. Let me be one of those people who rushes to the irada of the Imam. Not the order of the Imam, not the hukm of the Imam, the irada, the intention of the Imam. Let it be that I know what the Imam is thinking without him even needing to say it to me. Irada of the Imam. Yeah, and this is how we have 72 shuhada. Like they have, the shuhada of Karbala, they have such knowledge and such ma'rifah of Imam Hussain that they don't even need to speak to each other about him. They just look at each other and they have that in their eyes. Sabiqeen ila iradatihi. Let me rush to the will of the Imam. Imam doesn't need to tell me anything. I just look in his eyes. وَقُلْ نَظْرَةً مِنِّي عَلَيْهِ. Give me the blessing of looking in his eyes and just knowing what he wants from me. So, the community of the Imam are those people who are unifying for the sake of him. Unity of the followers of the Imam is inevitable. Okay. Global unity. We've discussed unity of the world. and unity of the believers. What about unity of the non-Muslims under the Imam? Like, where does their unity come from? Ask yourself this question, yeah? We're told in our narrations, there'll come a time when the Imam will return and he'll have an army, and the enemy will return. I have many lectures on this, and the enemy will fight against them. Yeah, Imam against his enemy. You've heard this, right? Ask yourself a question. If the Imam was to return tomorrow, tomorrow's Ashura, we have narrations, Imam returns on Ashura. Let's say Imam returns tomorrow, inshallah, we pray. But let's say he returns tomorrow, and his followers come around him, and the enemy returns. You know the enemy are here today, yeah? Banu Umayyah and all of them. Their descendants, they are here. What group will your neighbor go to? Like, do they even know the Imam? Like, what group will my friends at university go to, or your friends at school? Like, have they even heard of the Imam before? So how do they know, okay, I'll go to the Imam al-Mahdi, I know to go to him? How do they have this knowledge? Like, where do they go? Where do they fit in? We have a narration from Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salam, in which Imam says that those people, those believers who, who are close to us, like who have wilayah for us, they are saved, they have salvation. And those people who are enmity with us, they have damnation. But he says those people who neither have friendship with us nor enmity with us, which is the majority of people, they are murjawna li amrillah. We mentioned this verse a few days ago. Those people whom Allah decides. Their affairs with Allah. Like, they're not evil people. They just don't know the Imam. They've not done any sin. They just never had the introduction. They're not enemies or friends. With those people, Allah decides. Their affair was with Him. For example, another narration from Imam Musa al-Kadhim alayhi salam. Imam al-Kadhim says that my grandfather Ali ibn Abi Talib is the gate of guidance. You believe this, inshallah? Bab al-Hidayah. Whomsoever enters this gate is saved, and whomsoever leaves this gate suffers. But those people who neither enter nor leave, their affair is with Allah. So the majority of people, like, honestly, have they heard of Ali ibn Abi Talib's name? Not really. They don't know Imam Ali alayhi salam. We're still teaching them. So how can we call them enemies of Ali? Like, that would be a really hard thing to say to someone. You are an enemy of Ali ibn Abi Talib? That's the worst insult you could give to someone. So Imam al-Qadhim is saying, most people, they neither know Ali, they've neither entered, nor have they left his gate. So don't curse them. Those people, murjawna li amrillah, Allah will decide their fate. The same is true for Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam. Abu Abdullah himself says that I am leaving for shahadat. Whomsoever joins me will join me in heaven. And those who fight me, they will be in the lowest pit in hell. But then he says, the narration when the letter comes to him from Bibi Sughra, and he says to the person, you've given me this letter, and now I'm going to say some words where I will call everyone, Hal min nasirin yansurna. When I call these words, run away. Get away from me. For anyone who hears this call, it is wajib on them to come to me. So in this radius. So Imam Hussain is saying, anyone who's around me, they have to either be my friend or my enemy. But anyone outside of this radius, have they heard Imam Hussain say, Hal min nasirin? All of humanity has this saying, Hal min nasirin yansurna. Is there anyone to help me? But have the people heard this? This is where we come to the message of Imam al-Qaim al-Hujjah al-Mahdi. Salli ala. That we must teach people, for the sake of our 12th Imam, the message of Abu Abdullah. Let them choose. Let them decide whose side they want to be on. They're not enemies yet, neither are they friends. We have to give them an opportunity to join the Imam. Here there's a really beautiful point to mention, which I touched upon in a few lectures ago, which was this. The Holy Prophet. Everyone on this earth, or most people, have heard his name. The name of Muhammad. It's the most common name, for birth, most influential person. Everyone's heard of the Prophet. But have they heard the right things about the Prophet? Many people think of the Prophet as a man of vengeance, a man of war, the Prophet of ISIS. They have these evil ideas. So it's our role to reclaim the Prophet, to teach people the truth about our Holy Prophet. Okay, the whole world has heard his name. But the world has not heard the name of Imam Hussain or the name of Imam al-Mahdi. Remember, look at the difference. Everyone knows the name of Rasulullah, but have they honestly heard the name of Imam al-Hussain? In the first lecture we said that, Charles Dickens spoke about Abu Abdullah. But has every child who's read Charles Dickens' books heard about Hussain? We said that Gandhi allegedly spoke of Abu Abdullah, but has everyone who's been inspired by Gandhi heard of Abu Abdullah? No, they don't know. So we have a rare opportunity to give people the best first impression of Ahlul Bayt. Because they've been given a terrible first impression of our Holy Prophets. And we need to save the name of the Prophet by mentioning them the name of Hussain and Mahdi, because these two figures are archetypal, meaning they have certain universal messages. Okay, how do we do it? One of the best ways to do this is in our akhlaq and our conduct. Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salam says that our Shias are recognizable in the towns in which they reside. People know our Shias because of the way they act. They embody the conduct of Ahlul Bayt. In fact, we are told for Ahlul Bayt, Imam Sadiq also says, be ornaments for us, don't be disgrace for us. When we think of this, remember, we are living, embodying tabligh for the existence of Imam al-Qaim. If people are recognizing me for my wilayah, if they are, they hear my name, Abbas, Ali, Muhammad, all these names which are attributed to Shiism. And if they know that I'm a Shia, they know I'm taking holiday on Ashura to go for my procession, I'm not going to work. Or they know that I don't turn up at school on Ashura because I'm going somewhere. They associate me to Islam. Be an ornament for Imam al-Qaim. Don't be a disgrace for him. Here there's another point. The people are crying out for role models in this earth. Like they want someone to act like this. We're living in a world of utter evil. People are bad in this world. There are lots of disgraces. They have few ornaments in this world, yeah? And remember, it's worth saying the message of Abu Abdullah is directly applicable for our Western society. Directly applicable. How? I'll mention one point to you, which is slightly historical, but inshallah you're with me. Abu Abdullah fights against who? Yazid. Yazid belongs to the awlad of Muawiyah, Banu Umayyah. Banu Umayyah have a certain ideology which they got from Sham. Muawiyah was Khalifa for Sham for many years. What's the ideology of Sham? Well, Sham, the people of Sham believe in materialism, meaning, physical and material wealth is better than spiritual wealth. They believe in class divide, social divide. The nepotism of certain people in power should be separate from those who are subject to people in power. They believe in atheism or non-theism. One of the strategies of Banu Umayyah is kill Ahlul Wahi, kill the people of Wahi, so then you kill Wahi itself. This is their technique. Okay, this comes from Sham. Where did the people of Sham get this way of thinking? The ulama say Sham, Syria, that area, is the northernmost tip of the Muslim empire. And they had frequently been invaded by the Romans. And the Romans had this ideology, materialism, non-theism, as in belief in gods, but gods who commit sins, for example. Belief in class divide, social divide, nepotism. All of the evil ideology of Sham originated from the Roman philosophy. Okay. This Roman philosophy has 2 points of influence. One influence, Muslim world, through Sham, through Muawiyah, through Yazid. Second influence, Roman philosophy, Greek philosophy, implemented in Western philosophy, which implemented in Western capitalism. That same source, that same origin, materialism, non-theism, class divide, which began in Rome, went to the Muslim world, and it went to the Western world. In our climate, we have the same problems. Atheism, class divide, harming innocent people, like the same things exist here. So Sayyid Shirazi says, if Abu Abdullah solved the problem of that inspiration of Rome, he can solve the inspiration of your Rome. Yeah, Rome. This concept in the Quran is eternal. It's a way of thinking. And that same thinking which inspired Muawiyah inspires your leaders now. So what's stopping you using Abu Abdullah to rise against them? Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Here we also have another opportunity to teach the people and find out where their interests and our interests coincide. What's our interest? Unity of the globe. They have other interests. And there are opportunities, rare opportunities, blessed opportunities, where we have the chance to teach people about Imam al-Qaim, about Abu Abdullah. NHS is suffering in the UK. Levels of blood donation are low. Here comes Ahlul Bayt Society and fills that level through Zariya of Hussain. Another example. After 9/11, everyone wants to learn about Islam because they want to know, what is this religion? They'd never had proper engagement with it. We used the opportunity to teach them, this is the real Islam, real Imam Hussain, real Abu Abdullah, yeah? One thing which always occurs to me, we've had so many opportunities in history for knowledge. And the people are crying out for knowledge. And we have so much to give. Ahlul Bayt are constantly speaking and lecturing on matters of faith and truth. But the people don't know. One example I think of, when I remember in my studies, in 1971, I remember reading, I wasn't there. In 1971, I remember, Amsterdam, the University in Amsterdam made a call for the entire globe that we're discussing an issue of critical importance, and we're calling any academic on this earth, any scholar, come and argue. What was the topic? The topic was on the nature of justice. Where does justice come from? Does it come from your own soul? Does it come from innately? Or does it come from your society, power structures? This was their discussion. So they said, we call any scholar in this world, come and debate this. So the two scholars who came were Michael Foucault of France and Noam Chomsky, and they debated this issue. I ask you a question which I ask myself. Adl, Fitrat, society, Qawm, have our Ahlul Bayt not spoken about this issue? Did they forget this? We have books and books about the nature of Adl. We have books on the nature of the Fitrah, of the self. We have books on the nature, on the Imam speaking just on society and community. So where were we in that discussion? Why have we been excluded? So when those rare opportunities come, where the world is crying out for knowledge, we have that knowledge to give, inshallah. And we give it for the sake of Imam al-Qaim. Okay. The last point on this before I move on was this. Unity for the sake of the Imam is one of the signs of the zuhur of the Imam. For his zuhur, we salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Like the allies of the Imam, they're already forming. And they need to form in order for the Imam to return. You know, we say that the Imam will return with Nabi Isa ala Nabiyina. Many ulama say this means that we need to work closely with Christians to develop the ground where both the followers of Imam al-Mahdi and the followers of Isa can work together, yeah? But still, this is 9 nights we've been discussing unity. This is what? This is for the Imam's zuhur. In a letter, Imam al-Qaim himself writes that if, it's painful for us to hear, he writes in Ghaybat al-Sughra, if our Shia united, if they actually came together, ijtima' min qulubi, if their hearts came together, and if they had wafa, loyalty on the bay'at they gave to us, then they themselves would reduce the time before they see our faces. If our community actually had unity, Imam Mahdi himself is saying that they would reduce the time by which they would have direct ma'rifah of us. This unity we're discussing is not some optional choice. Imam is waiting for unity. And what unity? The most beautiful unity. When this happens, inshallah, the qawm of the Imam is the most beautiful qawm. In one narration of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Amir al-Mu'mineen, he describes for us, read a salawat for Imam Ali alayhi salam. He describes for us what the qawm of the Mahdi will look like. And it's just unity. He says that the followers of the Mahdi, it will be as if they share one mother and father. They come from different places, different faces, but they act like they share one mother and father. And their hearts are filled with love and advice for each other. Muhabbat and nasihat for each other. The followers of the Imam. And he says, the followers of the Mahdi, if they want to move mountains, they will do it. If they want to move mountains, they will do it, yeah? They need to be together. So, unity, coming together, wahdat, individual, society, ummah, all of this is for the sake of Imam, and it will happen inshallah one day. And one of the ways in which we can make it happen is by using aza of Sayyid al-Shuhada Hussain ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib. This aza, like we use this for Imam al-Qaim. And in Ziyad al-Shura, which we're mentioning every night, I've left just 4 lines of Ziyad al-Shura, 4 sections. And each of these 4 sections all correspond to how you use your tears for zuhur of Imam. Inshallah. In Ziyad al-Shura we read to Abu Abdullah, Bi-abi anta wa ummi. I give myself to you and my parents. Okay. لَقَدْ أَذْمَ مُصَابِي بِكْ. Yeah, by Allah, this musibah is great for me. So far we're just mourning for him. فَأَصْلُ اللَّهَ الَّذِي أَكْرَمَ مَقَامَكَمْ. So Allah, give me the risk of a special maqam. What maqam? مقام وأكرمني بك أن يرزقني طلب ثارك مع إمام منصور من أهل بيت. Give me the risk of the person who can seek revenge for Hussain. With who? With the Imam. Imam from Ahl Bayt al-Nabuwah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So while we're mourning, we haven't broken our speech. Before this we're saying, Abu Abdullah, I will cry for you. And after this we continue crying. But in between crying we're saying, give me the chance to be born with the one who will avenge you, Ya Abu Abdullah. أين الطالب بدون مقتول بكربلاء, we say in Dua Nudba. Where is the one who will avenge the blood that was spilt on Karbala? All this majlis is for Imam al-Qaim, all of it. Every piece of fabric on beneath you is for Imam al-Qaim, for his zuhur. Yeah, there are 4,000 angels waiting right now in Karbala saying, Ya litharat al-Hussain. A vengeance, blood for Hussain. And we have a narration from Imam al-Qaim where he himself says, Imam al-Qaim is saying, in the same way Fitrus, Firdaus we say, in the same way Fitrus sought shelter under your cradle, I seek shelter under your grave, Abu Abdullah. Imam Mahdi is waiting beneath the grave of Abu Abdullah, figuratively, he's waiting. So who are we to forget him in our majlises? Okay, we keep reading. وَأَن يَرْزُقْنِي طَلْبَ ثَارِي. Give me the rizq, Allah, of seeking blood for Hussain. But with who? مع إمام حدن ظاهر ناطق بالحق منكم. With the Imam who is ظاهر, who is in front of me, ناطق, who is speaking حق منكم, who is speaking the haqq from you. Give me this chance, that not only do I mourn, but I mourn with the Imam, inshallah. And again this word comes, thar, blood. Imam says, I cry blood for you, I want revenge for you. This idea of blood, ya litharat al-Hussain, the blood that was spilled, let me avenge it, inshallah. Which is why Abu Abdullah himself says, Imam Hussain himself says on Ashura, that my blood will not cool until the Mahdi comes and avenges me. We can't think of Hussain without thinking of Imam al-Qaim. They're too closely linked. Their messages are linked. Imam al-Mahdi, just like Abu Abdullah, narration say Ashura, his message is announced. It's like Abu Abdullah, he goes from Makkah to Karbala, like Abu Abdullah. Yeah, many similarities. And he is there to help her in avenging the dhulm. In fact, when our Holy Prophet went on Mi'raj, we have a narration. He's doing Mi'raj. Allah says to him, Ya, oh my Habib, I'm going to test you. Prophet says, okay, test me. How will you test me? He says, I'll test you with your family, like the suffering that will happen to them. I'll test you with hunger, and I'll test you with dhulm to your family. Apparently Rasulullah listens to this, maybe he weeps, but he reacts to this. So Allah says, don't worry, for I will send somebody to avenge the dhulm to your family. And that person, his spirit is with me right now. And when the time has come, I will send him to you. Yeah, dhulm. Now, two more. The point we want to mention is that the armies are ready, and today is the day. Today, every day. We read, Allahumma in hada yawmun tabarrakat bihi Banu Umayyah. Today is a day of celebration for Banu Umayyah. Hada yawm. Today is Shabi Ashur, 9th Muharram, and tomorrow we'll mourn, but for some tomorrow is celebration. Yawm tabarrak. Banu Umayyah. Wabnu kilatil ikbad. And the sons of the one who ate the liver. Ya Hind. Al-La'in ibn La'in. La'in, son of La'in. Ala lisanika, by your tongue, Ya Abu Abdullah, wa lisan nabiyyika sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and by the tongue of the Holy Prophet, who fi kulli mawqif, fully mawqif, every opportunity, he said, waqafa fihi nabiyyika sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, every opportunity he did la'an on these enemies. And today is the day they're celebrating. So we should not forget that today is the day for Abu Abdullah and the day for Imam al-Qaim. Together, inshallah. And of course the Imam will return, our 12th Imam, and he will take vengeance from some of the sons of those who killed Abu Abdullah. Not all of them. Yesterday we mentioned a narration where Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, the descendant of Muawiyah, Imam Sadiq said to him, for your good deeds you are from us. Yeah, so not all the descendants, but those people who support the dhulm to Hussain, who are alive on this earth, sitting happily, celebrating for Ashura, maybe they're even fasting for Ashura. Those people, not all of them, but those people, they are our enemies. Yeah, and that's why we say in Ziyad Ashura that I want ma'rifatukum, ma'rifah of you, Abu Abdullah, and your awliya, yeah, and your supporters, because they are already on this earth supporters of your enemies. They exist now. Now is the time. Yeah, we say, وَلَّعَنَ اللَّهُ مَحْدِينَ بِالتَّمْكِينَ مِنْ قِتَالِكَ. La'an on those people, Ya Abu Abdullah, who prepared the dhulm upon you. Bari'tu ila Allah. I go to Allah, I repudiate them to Allah. Wa ilayka, and to you. Wa ilayka minhum. Wa min ashya'ahi wa atba'ihi wa awliya'ihi. Ya Abu Abdullah. I do la'an of those people today who are following the enemies, who are inheriting the enemies, and who are awliya, friends of the enemies. So they are here. So if the enemies of the Imam are here today, then maybe I can join the friends of the Imam, inshallah. That's our dua this series, yeah? That I pray that that army of Imam which is already formed and is already forming, just give me one place at the back of the army, inshallah. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So that ends our series that we've been discussing. Today's the last night of the discussion. What we've seen in today's lecture is that unity which we're discussing is going to happen. It's inevitable. What's not clear is whether I will be part of the unity or not. Like this we don't know. So we pray inshallah that I can join the Imam in his vengeance inshallah. And that for as long as I mourn for Abu Abdullah, I always remember Imam al-Qaim and I'm ready for him inshallah. So today is the 9th Muharram, today is the last of this series. Tomorrow inshallah we have Majlis here. Is it 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock we have Majlis here. And then in the night, after Maghrib, we'll do a lecture. Not a lecture, sorry, just Musiba Shami Ghariba. 11th Muharram, also we'll just do a Masaib. 12th Muharram, we'll have a concluding lecture where we summarize all of the points of this lecture in one discussion. I'll go through all of the points we've discussed, and we'll see how each lecture we've mentioned teaches us about how we can use this year and this morning for Abu Abdullah. We'll go through each lecture. And also throughout the last few days, some people have been coming to me and giving me feedback and saying, I like this point, or can you expand on this point? People have been saying this. If you have thoughts, please do tell me. By that time, I'll mention all those points, your feedback, your thoughts of this, of the points we've mentioned in that lecture on 12th of Muharram, inshallah. If you are here, we'll summarize all the points and conclude with a number of steps of how we can be close to Imam this Muharram, inshallah. That ends our discussion. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Now inshallah let us go to the Musibah of Hussain on this, the night before Ashura. Ya Abu Abdullah. Shab Ashur. There is a moment which encapsulates all the grief of Abu Abdullah. One moment. They say on the 10th of Ashura, Abu Abdullah is alone and he walks towards the Maqtal on his own. In front of him he sees the body of Ali al-Akbar. Beside it he sees the remains of Qasim. And beside that he sees the bodies of Aun and Muhammad. And before them he sees all of the bodies of his companions. One moment he looks at them all. Then he looks to Furat and thinks of Abbas. At this point Abu Abdullah's body has already been drenched in the blood of his family. Then he turns around and sees the camp of Zainab. He turns once more and he says on the top of his voice, Hal min nasirin yansurna. Is there anybody left to help me? Ya Abu Abdullah, Ya Gharib Hussain. Is there anyone left to help me? He has no one. According to the narrations, as he says this, and he says, is there anybody left to defend the traditions of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad? Is there anyone left who believes in Allah? As he says this, the narration says, Imam Sajjad tries to stand when he hears the voice of his father, but he keeps falling. Imam Sajjad, he takes his sword and tries to lean on it, but he falls back on his bed. He says, Kulthum, how can I remain here when my father is calling for help? At this time, Imam Hussain again says, is there anyone to help me? As he says this, Zainab runs out from the camp, from the tent of Rubab, and she says, as you said this, your son Ali Asghar started weeping when he heard the voice of his father. Ya Allah. And as he said, Zainab says, your son was so thirsty, but so sad when you heard this, that he flopped over onto his belly, onto the sand of Karbala, out of grief for you, Ya Abu Abdullah. So Abu Abdullah, he has nothing left to give Hussain. He walks back, he takes up his child. The narration says, as he looks at Ali Asghar smiles when he sees the face of his father. Yes. But Abu Abdullah is weeping. He takes this child and he walks to the Maqtal. Ya Abu Abdullah, Gharib Hussain, Mazloom Hussain. He takes this child and he walks close to the enemy and he says to them, oh, you who have had no sympathy for me until this time, yes? Oh, you who have no sympathy for me, at least have sympathy for this 6-month-old child, yes? Ali al-Asghar, the youngest of Abu Abdullah's children, he says, at least have sympathy for this child, for he is madloom, he has done nothing against you. Give him water. In fact, he says, take this child. He holds Ali Asghar and says, don't give me water, take this young baby. His tongue keeps leaving his mouth from his thirst. Take him to Furat and give him water. As Imam Hussain says this, some of the enemies start weeping. Some of them start mourning, saying that look at the thirst of this child. But not Umar ibn Sa'd, yes, this man with the stone heart. He says, Hurmala, make sure none of the enemy are swayed by Hussain. Hurmala, make sure no one gives a drop of water to the son of Hussain. Hurmala, fire an arrow at this child. Hurmala says, when I fired the arrow, I chose the largest arrow I had with me. And I chose the heaviest arrow I had with me. I chose the arrow I used for slaughtering animals. And I took the arrow in the bow. And I pulled back the bow. And as I struck, Hussain leaned forward to kiss the head of Ali al-Asghar. But before Hussain kissed Ali Asghar, my arrow kissed the neck of Ali al-Asghar. First it went through his head, and then it penetrated the arm of Hussain ibn Ali. Ya Ali al-Asghar. He says, as the arrow went through, Ali Asghar still smiled as he receives the wound. Ya Allah. And the blood starts pouring from the body of Ali Asghar. How much blood can a 6-month-old child? Enough to drench the hands of his father. Ya Abu Abdullah, Ya Ali Asghar. As they say, as this happens, Abu Abdullah shouts out, woe be to me, and shame on you. What has the community done to me? And he says, Ya Allah, bear witness for what has happened to me. Ya Abu Abdullah. As he says this, a voice comes from the heavens. Hussain, leave Ali Asghar. There is a maid ready for him in Jannah. Let him go. There is a maid ready for him with water and milk to give to him. His thirst is soon going to be quenched, but what about your thirst, Ya Hussain? Your thirst. Abu Abdullah takes this child and he walks back to the camp. Now imagine Abu Abdullah. In his hands he is holding his child. He's covered in blood. So what does he do with this blood? Narrations differ. For when he had Ali al-Akbar, they said he threw the blood in the sky and not one drop returned from the sky. On this occasion, Hussain, he takes the blood in his hands. He looks at his hands covered in the blood of his own child, Ya Ali Asghar, and he is about to throw it to the ground. But the earth says, Hussain, don't throw that blood on me, for I will never bear any fruit from the moment that blood touches me. Wow, Gharib Hussain. And then Hussain looks to the sky, but the sky says, Hussain, don't give that blood to me, for I will never rain on the earth if this innocent blood touches me. So what does he do? Abu Abdullah, Gharib Hussain, he takes the blood and puts it on his own clothes and his beard. His beard becomes drenched with the blood of Ali Asghar. He says, woe be to me, for no father should hold the blood of his child. Oh, Ali Asghar. But then he walks, still he walks. Hussain, who couldn't lift the body of Akbar, is now holding the body of Asghar. How much more must Hussain give? As he walks, they said he comes towards the tent. No one is near him. But every time he walks, he stops and he walks back. Ya Abu Abdullah. Maybe he thinks of Rabab. Which Rabab? And the ladies who saw this 6-month-old child smiling, and now they must see an arrow longer than his body has gone into his neck. Ya Abu Abdullah. Hussain walks forward and then he walks back. Maybe now he thinks of Sughra in Medina, who said, Abu Abdullah, my father, I can't bear one day without my brother Ali Asghar. Maybe he thinks of Sughra and he walks close. Then he turns back. Hussain can't look at them in the face. Maybe he thinks of Zainab. Zainab, who has mourned for Ali Akbar. How can I give her the grief now of Ali Asghar? Yes, 7 times Hussain goes forward and 7 times Hussain goes back. Ya Abu Abdullah, until he walks forward and he kneels. Listen to this. As Hussain kneels at his tent, the narration says the blood drips from Ali Asghar and makes the sand wet underneath. Yes, so much blood drips that the sand has become red. He looks at this state and he says those magical words. He says, Ya Allah, I am in pain in this moment. Wa Abu Abdullah. He says, Wa Allah, I am in pain in this moment. But what reduces pain is that I know you are watching me, Ya Allah. Ya Abu Abdullah. So he takes his body, the narration says, with his sword and with the sheath of the sword, he starts to dig a hole in the ground. But not that deep. Why? Because Ali Asghar is 6 months old. Yes, the grave needs to be very small. As he digs the hole, he puts the body down and he walks and starts weeping with rubab and says that Ali Asghar's thirst has been quenched. Now listen to this. The narration says many days later, towards the day of Arba'een, when all of the heads of the Shuhada are coming to the Ahlul Bayt, yes, Abu Abdullah, Abu Fadl Abbas, Qasim, Ali Akbar, all of them, as they're coming, the small 6-month-old head of Ali al-Asghar comes. As she sees the mother, starts beating her head and says, Wawayla, that I must see the sight of the head of my own 6-month-old son. And she says, why? Why is it that this boy's head has come to me? The narration says, on the day of Ashura, on the night, Shimr said, dig the ground, for I know Hussain buried the 6-month-old here. Ya Ali Asghar, dig the ground. They said, how? He said, take your spears upside down and start to stab the sand. When you hear the noise of flesh, start to dig. Wa Abu Abdullah. They said the enemy starts going around the camp and they start digging in different places. They thrust the spear and they lift the spear. They thrust and they lift. The narration says one of the enemy thrusts the spear and he hears a small noise like flesh has been hit. But as he lifts the spear, the entire body of Ali al-Asghar rises from the ground. Wa Ali Asghar. And he takes the body and he cuts the head of the 6-month-old and they raise it on their spears, and Zainab watches saying, Wa wayla, wa wayla. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Rhythm wa qada'ihi wa tasliman bi amrih. Ya Allah, for the sake of Ali Asghar, help all our children follow the Imam, inshallah. And for the sake of the 6-month-old, forgive all our shameful sins on this night, Ya Abu Abdullah. And for the sake of the 6-month-old Ali Asghar, please bring us the Zuhur Imam al-Qa'im wal-Hujjah, inshallah. Wa akhru da'war alhamdulillah. Matam Hussain.
Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain. आशूर की वो रात, वो सन्नाटे कालम, आशूर की वो रात, वो सन्नाटे। आइए सब बनाइए, आखिरी मातम है। आशूर की वो रात, वो सन्नाटे कालम,
आशूर की वो रात, वो सन्नाटे कालम,
आशूर की वो रात, वो सन्नाटे कालम,
आशूर की वो रात, वो सन्नाटे कालम।
फितरत की खामोशी में फरिश्तों का वो मातम,
फितरत की खामोशी में फरिश्तों का वो मातम।
सोया हुआ रन में असदुल्लाह का ज़ैग़म,
सोया हुआ रन में
असदुल्लाह का ज़ैग़म, सोया हुआ रन में असदुल्लाह का ज़ैग़म,
सोया हुआ रन में असदुल्लाह का ज़ैग़म।
और खून में डूबा हुआ इस्लाम का परचम,
और खून में डूबा हुआ इस्लाम का परचम,
और खून में डूबा हुआ इस्लाम का परचम,
और खून में डूबा हुआ
इस्लाम का परचम। अब्बास तुझे अले वफाया
करेंगे,
अब्बास तुझे अले वफाया
करेंगे,
अब्बास तुझे
वफायात करेंगे।
देखी ना गई बच्चों की जब तशना दहानी,
देखी ना गई बच्चों की जब तशना दहानी,
आँखों में खटकने लगी मौजों की रवानी,
आँखों में खटकने लगी मौजों की रवानी।
پانی کے لیے اپنا لہو کر دیا پانی،
پانی کے لیے اپنا لہو کر دیا پانی،
بچپن پہ سکینہ کے فدا کر دی جوانی،
بچپن پہ سکینہ کے فدا کر دی
جوانی، ابا تجھے اہل وفا
یاد کریں گے،
اے ابا تجھے،
اہل وفا یاد کریں گے،
اے ابا تجھے،
اہل وفا یاد کریں گے،
قبضے میں تھی تلوار کے قبضے میں خدائی،
قبضے میں تھی تلوار کے قبضے میں خدائی،
دو ہاتھ چلی تھی کہ ترائی نظر آئی،
دو ہاتھ چلی تھی کہ ترائی نظر آئی،
بھائی کی وغا دور سے دیکھا کہ یہ بھائی،
بھائی کی وغا دور سے دیکھا کہ یہ بھائی،
یوں شان وفا تو نے وفادار دکھائی،
یوں شان وفا تو نے وفادار
دکھائے، ابا تجھے اہل وفا یاد کریں گے،
عباس تجھے اہل وفا یاد کریں گے،
گے عباس،
تجھے اہل وفا یاد کریں گے،
اے فاطمہ زہرا کے قمر نیر تاباں،
اے فاطمہ زہرا کے قمر نیر تاباں،
بازوئے حسین ابن علی ناصر ایمان،
بازوئے حسین ابن علی ناصر ایمان،
خالق کی قسم کر گیا اسلام پر احسان،
خالق کی قسم کر گیا اسلام پر احسان،
اے مشق سکینہ کے محافظ تیرے قربان،
اے مشق سکینہ کے محافظ
تیرے قربان، ابا تجھے،
اہل وفا یاد کریں گے،
ابا تجھے اہل وفا یاد کریں گے،
عباس تجھے اہل وفا یاد کریں گے،
دنیا سے گیا شان وفاؤں کی دکھا کر،
دنیا سے گیا شان وفاؤں کی دکھا کر،
پانی نہ پیا پھینک دیا منہ سے لگا کر،
پانی نہ پیا پھینک دیا منہ سے لگا کر،
گھوڑے سے گرا خاک پہ، گھوڑے سے گرا خاک پہ ہاتھوں کو کٹا کر، گھوڑے سے گرا
خاک پہ ہاتھوں کو کٹا کر،
سویا بھی تو سوئی ہوئی ملت کو جگا کر،
سویا بھی تو سوئی ہوئی ملت
کو جگا کر، ابا تجھے اہل وفا یاد کریں گے، اے ابا تجھے اہل وفا یاد کریں گے،
حسین امام حسین،
حیدر،
حسین امام حسین،
حیدر،
یا علی مولا،
حیدر مولا،
یا علی مولا،
حیدر مولا،
آئے یہ بچی کون ہے، یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے، آئے یہ بچی کون ہے، یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے، آئے یہ بچی کون ہے، یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے، آتی ہے مقتل کی طرف، آتی ہے مقتل کی طرف، دیکھا ہے کیوں سوئے نجف، دیکھا ہے کیوں سوئے نجف، کیا اس کا دادا ہے علی، کیا اس کا دادا ہے علی، کیا اس کا دادا ہے علی، یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے، آئے یہ بچی کون ہے، یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے، آئے یہ بچی کون ہے، یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے، آتی ہے جو روتی ہوئی، آتی ہے جو روتی ہوئی، صدموں سے جان کھوتی ہوئی، صدموں سے جان کھوتی ہوئی، پڑتی ہوئی ناد علی، پڑتی ہوئی ناد علی، پڑتی ہوئی ناد علی، یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے، آئے یہ یہ بچی کون ہے یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے ہائے یہ بچی کون ہے یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے کیوں رو کے جان دیتی ہے یہ کیوں رو کے جان دیتی ہے یہ کیوں سے اس کی آنکھ لیتی ہے یہ کیوں سے اس کی آنکھ لیتی ہے یہ کیا مر گیا اس کا کوئی کیا مر گیا اس کا کوئی کیا مر گیا اس کا کوئی یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے ہائے یہ بچی کون ہے یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے ہائے یہ بچی کون ہے یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے کانوں سے کیوں خون ہے روان کانوں سے کیوں خون ہے روان اف یہ تماچوں کے نشان اف یہ تماچوں کے نشان یہ ظلم اور یہ کم سنی یہ ظلم اور یہ کم سنی یہ ظلم اور یہ کم سنی یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے آئے یہ بچی کون ہے یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے ہائے یہ بچی کون ہے یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے کوثر یہ مقتل کی فضا کوثر یہ مقتل کی فضا تڑپا رہی ہے دل میرا تڑپا رہی ہے دل میرا تاری ہے غم کی تیرگی تاری ہے غم کی تیرگی تاری ہے غم کی تیرگی یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے ہائے یہ بچی کون ہے یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے ہائے یہ بچی کون ہے یہ تو سکینہ لگتی ہے حسیناً و حسیناً و حسیناً حسیناً و حسیناً حسیناً و حسیناً و حسیناً حسیناً و حسیناً و حسیناً علی نور لقد زب البکاء حسیناً و علی نور لقد زب البکاء حسیناً و وعلی سید شہید کربلاء حسیناً و حسیناً حسین 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 علی حسین 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 شہید کربلا حسین غریب نینوا حسین اسیر اشقیا حسین 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 یا علی ہائے 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 یا امام
السلام علیکم یا رسول اللہ السلام علیکم یا نبی اللہ السلام علیکم یا امیر المؤمنین السلام علیکم یا سید الوصیین السلام علیکم یا فاطمۃ الزہرا سیدۃ النساء العالمین السلام علیکم یا خدیجۃ الکبریٰ ام المؤمنین السلام علی امام حسن ابن علی المجتبی وارث امیر المؤمنین السلام علیکم یا ابا عبداللہ الحسین وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر اللحظ مني لزيارتكم السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين خصوصا سيدي ومولاي أبو الفضل العباس ابن أمير المؤمنين السلام عليك يا قاسم بن الحسن ومسلم بن عقيل وحاني بن أرواح والحبيب بن مظاهر والهر الشهيد الرياحي ومسلم بن أوسجا السلام عليكم جميعا شهداء كربلاء ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام على علي بن الحسين زين العابدين السلام على محمد بن علي الباقر السلام على جعفر بن محمد الصادق. السلام على موسى بن جعفر الكاظم. السلام على علي بن موسى الرضا. السلام على محمد بن علي الجواد. السلام على علي بن محمد الحادي. السلام على حسن بن علي العسكري. السلام على حجة القائم المنتظر المهدي. سيدي أجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وزهورك. اللهم اجعلنا من أنصاره وآبانه والذابين عن والمستشهدين بين يديك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
كل وليك حجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في عصر الساعة وفي كل ساعة أولياء وحافظ قائدا والناصرا ليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرزقك توا وتمتعه فيها برحمتك يا أرحم
मोमिनीन अल नूर में इंशाअल्लाह 12 मुहर्रम तक के मजलिसों का सिलसिला जारी और सारी रहेगा। कल ठीक 3 बजे यहाँ पर असर आशूर की मुनासिबत से मजलिस अज़ा मुनक़िद की गई है। उसके बाद फ़ाक़ा चखने का इंतज़ाम है और फिर शाम में बाद नमाज मग़रिबैन शाम ग़रीबा मजलिस शाम ग़रीबा का अहतमाम किया गया है। आपसे गुजारिश है कि इन तमाम प्रोग्राम में वक्त की पाबंदी के साथ शिरकत फरमाइए।